Well, hello there. So, it's happened, hasn't it? Obviously, I've been away, so it's a late comment from me, is this, but he's lost his job, hasn't he? We all expected it. Old Dan WOOTEN must be over the moon. He's fought tooth and nail for Philip to be out. He's got his wishes. It was always going to happen, wasn't it, though, viewers? Always going to happen. You know, it was always going to be him or her scenario, wasn't it? Let's face it, they've had form for it before. When old Damon said to, was his boss Frizzell at the time, or whoever it may have been, it's me or Princess Tippy Toes. What happened? Princess Tippy Toes tipped off into the sunset, never to be heard of again. When Ollie said to old Mr. Frizzell, it's him or me, who's going to get the gig? The one that's more in the public consciousness at the moment and more in vogue, with the right age and the right face and the right profile and loads of followers on social media. They all love that, don't they? Or old Philip. And in this instance, I mean old, because he's a fair bit older than her. Yeah, it was always going to be Philip. But when you're reading things like he's a horrible man backstage and he's generally not nice to people, he makes people feel uncomfortable, he calls them behind the backs, he laughs behind the backs, and he's pretty much dominated that show and really had Holly as his little puppet, really, although he's let her have him a bit more up over the last couple of years. You know, it's always been his way and always what he's wanted. It was always going to end in tears. But as I say, we didn't get much of old Anthea when she left. We see her in bits, but not much. I wonder how we'll do with Will Philip. They're trying to tell us there'll still be a lot there for him. I'm not so sure. He's obviously not going to be doing this dancing. Is it on ice? Well, it's ice skating anyway, whatever it's called. Because he's not going to do that with Holly, is he? She won't be doing it with him, will she? Not after she's pushed him from here. So one of them's going to have to get a new partner, or they'll both get new partners, or maybe it even may get canned. I believe he's on the Soap Awards in a couple of weeks. He's chairing that, is he? Well, that could go one or two ways. Everybody could have it in for him, as they once said in an old Carry On film, I think. Or I don't know. We're a bit of a fickle nation as British. They might cheer him and applaud him because he's lost his job. Everybody wants him out, but when all of a sudden the guy in power gets kicked out and looks to be downtrodden, we all then cheer him back home, don't we? We love underdogs. I don't know what it is about us Brits. We're weird. No, I've just got this funny feeling we might not see a lot more of him in the coming years now. That could be it for him. Don't get me wrong. He'll have made a pretty penny in them 21 years. A pretty penny. But I've got to say, my overriding thing on this is, I mean, I'm a big believer in loyalty. People that know me will tell you that. Friendship and friends and loyalty. Loyalty goes a long way with me. And we're going to do more on this one tomorrow with this morning. This is a last minute thing today. But old Holly, she's not really covered herself in it, has she? You know, she's released a press statement today saying, I've had a wonderful 13 years. He's been brilliant. You know, he's taught me everything. The sofa's going to be awful strange without him there. It sounds like you're unhappy he's going. Why then, old Holly, would you be saying to the bosses, if it's him or me, if you don't get rid, I'm gone? I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I can't put a statement out like that as I've stabbed somebody in the back the day previous. I can't do it. If I don't want him on that sofa with me and I don't like him anymore, that's it. There's no statements out from me saying the things she said there. I just don't get it. But we do hear that some of these people that we're seeing on our TV screens on a regular basis aren't that nice behind the cameras. We do hear some of the ones that have fantastic on-screen chemistry with co-presenters and seem really in each other's pockets and to think the world of one another. When it really hits the fan and when it's a him or a me or a him or a her, all of a sudden the knives come out and they don't care about longevity and how long they've been with somebody and how much they've liked them in the past. They all want to protect their little piece of pie. And let's face it, this morning has proved a cracking shop window for Ollie and Phil, hasn't it? They've all got lots of gigs off it. What they on last year? £730,000 a year, I believe. Nigh on $750,000 a piece because they've now got parity, same wages now. They're not going to want to lose that job. And Philip, he's done the old, what did he say? He's done the old manager spiel. Mutual consent. We parted by mutual consent. But all reports to say you're for absolutely tooth and nail to stay in the job. He did not want to lose that gig, did he? He didn't want to lose that. No, he didn't. Anyway, we'll touch more on Holly tomorrow, or Holly and Phil, but mainly looking at Holly, because not many have done that yet. I think there's a story to be told there, maybe slightly more in depth. But yeah, he's gone. He was always going to go. It's gone on for too long. As soon as them viewing figures plummet, they take action. And they started to plummet, viewers. They do not like it. They don't like it up them. Oh, no, they don't.